Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Fold Line. I am back this week with the edit. How is everyone? How are you all feeling? Have you had a nice week? We have finally got some stuff to talk about, which is very exciting. There have been some great new releases and I'm going to get started. So I'm going to get started with the kind of meaty one. It is a new Fibre Mood issue called Essentials. It's one of their special editions. They release these about 4 times a year. They're the same really as the other ones. They just have a couple of extra patterns. So you get 15 patterns in this one. All the patterns come in sizes UK 6 to 28. So this one is called Essentials, and I wasn't quite sure whether I was like, oh, is this going to be a bit... I wasn't sure I was going to be that jazzed by it, but actually really good stuff. So Essentials, basics, nice basics, but things that I would actually really like to wear. So I'm going to show you a couple of little things to get started. So we've got a t-shirt, a very nice simple kind of boxy t-shirt with a little pocket detail. There's a couple of t-shirts actually. There's this really lovely body as well, which is really nice. So if I come with a line drawing, you can see there. But I really like the neckline shape of that, quite a useful piece for your wardrobe. What else have we got here? Oh, this is probably my favourite actually. So I am, you may have noticed from what I wear, completely and utterly obsessed with knitwear. Knitwear is like my favourite thing in the world. I was a knitwear designer back in the day. I'm obsessed with yarn. But obviously like jersey patterns aren't loads of really, I think, like great jumper ones, but I loved this cardigan one. I thought it was really interesting. I like the kind of detail around the neckline, that big thick placket. I thought this is really lovely one actually, and there aren't loads and loads of actually cardigan patterns with you know, proper buttonholes and everything. Another is a really nice pair of wide leg trousers we've got going on here. So you can see from the theme, everything's quite pared back, but they're all kind of really useful items. Let's have a look at what else. We've got this, which I thought was quite nice, this sort of tank shape as well. I thought was really interesting with that sort of high neckline. Again, it's styled with a t-shirt underneath, very much on trend. I really like that. Then what have we got? There was another, oh yes, so there's 2 really fantastic, again quite, oh there's a shirt as well, sorry I got distracted. There's a shirt which is really great. Then there are 2 really nice sweatshirt patterns. The one in particular that I really love, I'll show it to you. So the thing that I really like about it is the seam detail on the sleeve. I think it's really interesting. They've got another one that's got more seams kind of coming down the centre front panel, which is quite interesting as well. And then they've also got a couple of jacket patterns. So they've got one that is sleeveless here. It's kind of a dress actually, but you could have it as a jacket or like a kind of layering piece. And they've also got a sort of double-breasted jacket as well, like proper tailored jacket. So yeah, there's just really nice stuff in there this time. I was quite impressed actually. I think there's a lot of things that you'd find really useful in there. If you haven't come across it before, I know, apologies if anyone has seen this now multiple times. So the premise of this is that you get the all the images of the patterns at the front. Then in the middle you've got the line drawing, which is here, so that's all the patterns that you get. Then the pattern sheets are in here. Now you do have to trace them, and I'll show you to give you an idea. So it's quite busy, so just be aware of that, because if that isn't your jam, then this magazine is definitely not for you. The thing I would note that is good about it is that it's printed, each pattern piece is printed a different colour, so it's not like too birderish. And then at the back they have got the instructions. So you can see here there are oh sorry, I've got myself all tangled. There we go. You can see all the instructions. They're kind of images. You can definitely follow along from these. There is also an option for you to download the full written instructions from their site, and there's a link underneath each title so you can find it if you wanted to. But I think if you're a competent sewer and you've made a few things, actually just following the drawings, I think I'd be totally fine doing that. Maybe not for like the more complicated pieces, but definitely the simpler ones. So yes, Fibre Mood is here, which is nice. I always like the first one of the year, like this, well, this kind of time, because I feel like it marks the beginning of spring for us. So yeah, so that is out now. Next up, oh my god, this is so exciting. Closet Core Patterns, the Jenna shirt. Now, this has been out, I will admit, a while in PDF format, but it's only just arrived in paper. And I know a lot of us wait for the paper to arrive because you want the physical product. How good is this? We have been like dribbling over it, talking about it quite a lot. So Jenna shirt and a shirt dress. Sizing on this is a UK 6 to 34. There are 3 different variations. I might just show you the line drawing to start off with so we can see what is going on. They're kind of quite a relaxed fit, boxy shirt, kind of boyfriend style, you know, and feels like a traditional menswear shirt as well. So there is a standard, the first variation is a sort of, like a standard oversized shirt. It's got that curved hem, all the details that you would expect in a classic men's shirt. So designed to be kind of worn quite boxy. Then the second variation, which I absolutely love actually, is just a cropped version of this. And I like the fact that the seam line on this is cut straight. I think it's really interesting. I'll show you pictures so you can get an idea. I love Closet Core because they always do loads of images and they have different fabrications, so you get a real idea of what it's going to look like. And then the last variation is a dress, and I really like it. It's a classic shape. I think this would suit so many people, this dress. I think you could like make it something really amazing and wear it to a wedding, but you could wear it to work, you could wear it to the beach. It just feels like a really useful item. I mean, who doesn't love a shirt dress? It's totally classic, but it's got that sort of like boxy edge, which none of the other, like, this is probably the first of that sort of style. I absolutely love it. I think it's fab. So definitely check it out because it's going to be a good one and definitely worth anyone who's been hanging on for the paper. It is now here. Next up, we've got a Merchant and Mills pattern. It's called the Ludlow Unisex Top. Oh, it's really another really great one. So this is paper and PDF, which is amazing because it's quite unusual for them to release it at the same time. Sizing on this is a UK 10 to 30. And check the sizing chart because it is unisex, so it's cut a little more boxy. I think if I show you the line drawing, you can see a little bit more what's going on. So it's kind of like a pullover, I guess, like a smock. Feels like this sort of vintage smock, like French smocks. The thing that's really interesting for me about it is it has a seam line that goes kind of, I guess it would be sitting just like below your waist, with these really beautiful stitched in integrated pockets. If I show you the denim version of this, you can really see the stitch line with the pockets. And I think it's really great. I really like that they've shown it in a version where they use the top stitching as a massive detail and one where you can almost hardly see the pockets at all. So really you can make it however you want, but I love the idea that this is unisex as well. I think it's something that I think loads of people would really like, myself included. I would love this. In fact, I would just like someone to make this for me. I really like the hidden placket at the front as well for buttons. I just think it's really nice and it's really simple, and classic Merchant and Mills, they've absolutely nailed it. It's just very, very beautiful. So last but definitely not least, we've got another magazine. Quiltfolk issue 29 is out. Anyone who hasn't come across this before, they are the most beautiful magazines where they travel around bits of America and interview artists within this specific area about quilting. So there are articles specifically about makers, but there are also articles kind of around the sort of textile trade within that area. They're always really interesting, to be honest. Each book is a little bit like a work of art. They're just kind of beautifully photographed. The whole team from Quiltfolk go to this area, they photograph and interview everyone. This particular issue is features New Jersey, and it looks like I mean, to be honest with you, everyone is completely great. Like every issue I've ever read, I've really enjoyed because there's just something interesting. You always find something in there that I take away and remember from it. And I think because quilting takes such a long time, the whole premise of the book, everything feels very thoughtful and well thought through. They're just gorgeous. So if you've got someone who likes quilting or is thinking about getting into quilting, it's a really nice thing to give, because they're about a specific area. They're completely timeless. Like, you could buy back issues of them, it doesn't matter, because they're just like really wonderful stories of makers, which is my crack. I love hearing about people who make things. So that is it from us this week. I hope that was useful and you found some nice things. I'm really excited about that the new Closet Core pattern is here. The Merchant Mills one is just so, yeah, great. 2 magazines. I mean, what more could a maker ask for? So we'll be back next week with another video. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your weekend. Bye.